You better put your fist up.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Sunil T. Good Masala Morning 98.7. And I today Garba started, the second day of Garba. I want to wish everybody happy Navratri. I've got a couple of guests in the studio that have been a part of my transformation as an artist and in my confidence level. And from Dr. McGrath's office, I've got Steve in the studio. Steve, good Masala Morning. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, Sunil. Thanks for having us.
Steve, you got a voice. You know, when I first heard you, I thought you really ought to be on radio because you just got that radio depth.
Well, you're my hero. I'm just trying to follow your steps.
And then I've got David here. He's a YouTube star. Steve, introduce David to us.
So David DiMuzio is the number one YouTube channel, Hair Loss Hope. For any of you out there with hair loss, David has been doing this for about 8 years and by far the most searched and most watched videos on YouTube.
On YouTube.
Hair Loss Hope.
Hair Loss Hope. David, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So David, tell me about your journey from in hair loss and in making this YouTube channel.
Yeah, so I started going bald when I was about 20 years old. My dad was already completely bald by the time he was my age, which is currently 37. I think he was bald by the time he was 30, like totally, horseshoe, nothing on the top of his head. And so, yeah, by about 20, I started going bald. I pretty much kind of gave up on it around the time I was about 23. I went actually to I searched at that time, this is the yellow pages, so I literally went through the yellow pages and searched hair transplant surgeon, and I walked a few blocks over.
But even before you searched for hair transplant surgeon, did you try anything else? Was there anything else you try?
Yeah, so
there's so many. If you just look up, there's like thousands of things from oils to rubs to these little things that just kind of do thing. So
at that time, I tried a few things, Rogaine and finasteride, but I hadn't really done it very consistently, and there wasn't a lot of information online at the time. Like I said, I was looking things up in the yellow pages because this is like 10 plus years ago.
Yeah.
And so I went to this hair transplant surgeon and I saw these photos and they were horrific. Like they looked so bad. And I walked out of his office.
Procedures
of like before and after.
Yeah,
but this is like the after pictures, and they were so bad. I thought I would never get a hair transplant. So I walked out of his office and I decided I'm just gonna shave my head. I'm gonna be bald. And fast forward a couple of years later, I was on YouTube and I came across a surgeon doing procedures, hair transplants, and I thought this actually looks pretty decent. Maybe I should look into that. And I called that phone number and Steve answered the phone. And that's kind of how Steve and I got to know each other. And
Steve is amazing. Once you start talking to Steve, he's amazing.
He's amazing.
He just owns, that he owns what he does. And he made me feel so comfortable. He drove down from Austin. He had an office here in Houston that time. Made me feel so comfortable. I met him. Obviously, everybody, Steve himself, Dr. McGrath, they're not just doctors and patient coordinators or whatever you call it, but you've actually had the procedure too. So Steve, tell me about just hair in general. Hair. What does hair mean to you?
Hair means to me just about everything an image in regarding male or female can be. I feel like I am a student of architecture, a student of fashion, a student of design. And I've been a gym rat as well for about the last 30 years. So all those things that I'm just a huge student of, somehow hair ties into. Yeah. Look at you. You look fantastic. How would you be doing this without that hair?
Man, hair is, I tell you, I started kind of growing thin right in my front, and I was just kind of growing thin, and I had there were some pictures that I'll show you, and I had my hair just kind of in a Caesar, like just kind of coming down here. It didn't look good. I have a long face, long face, and just kind of not having any hair. Just didn't look good. I would look at my pictures and I would just be so sad because I used to have good hair when I was growing up. I was so sad. And that's when I also started, researching and looking up, and I had my first hair transplant with Dr. Puig here in Houston. Great guy. And after that, when I went to India, another one. And then the third one finally with Dr. McGrath. And I tell you, Dr. McGrath, the way he does it, his style, I don't know what procedures and what process y'all use, but I think I've got best results with Dr. McGrath.
There's no question.
And thank you for making me feel comfortable, driving, helping me, get to Austin, and such a good staff that you all have.
Yeah.
So to me, hair is just for entertainer, for somebody that's on stage or somebody that's in the media, in public. I think now I look at people on TV and I'm thinking, bro, just, fix it up, get it done. It's available. It's here. It's available. It's such a quick, you go in the morning, you're done in the afternoon, 7 days later, the stitches come out. 10 days later, those little scabs come out, and then you're off. And a year later, boom.
We have so many Indian patients, and out to your listeners, just want to tell you, it's really hurtful for me to see a young man come into this country, speak a second language, and he comes into the clinic and he's got a picture of 10 brothers and uncles and grandfathers that have hair right here in the middle of the forehead, every single one of them. And this guy's bald. Yeah. So it bothers me because I lost my hair the month I walked out of high school. And I look at these guys and I go, okay, listen, this is going to be a process. You got a lot of hair loss, and that's what David had experienced. I mean, this guy's so confident he don't need hair anyway, by the way. But he wanted it and he got it. So with my patients, with our patients.
You said it right. It's about confidence. I like what you said. He has so much confidence. It didn't matter if you had hair or not. But you know what? I swear when I put gel in my hair, I just like the way it looks on me. And now I don't care how it looks to other people. I just like it how it looks on me. But hair is confidence, bro. It's confidence.
It's another level. Yeah, totally another level.
It just it's awesome. It's youth. It's confidence. It's fun. It's vibrant. And cheers to chai, everyone.
Cheers to chai.
Cheers to chai. Good hair with Dr. McGrath. Steve here. And David, so YouTube, what made you share the story on YouTube, and how did you amass such a following?
Well,
the biggest star on YouTube.
No question.
The biggest star on YouTube is right here in the studio at Masala Radio, 98.7. David, and how did you decide to share? And then was it one particular video that just kind of got everybody saying, bro, what's this guy doing? And that's incredible.
At the time, no young people had really shared the whole process on YouTube of documenting a hair transplant. So just one or two old guys, but YouTube at that time was really just kind of starting to take off, and now everybody documents everything that they do. Yeah. But it was very taboo. I think hair transplants now, guys will talk about them amongst themselves as becoming much less taboo.
Surgery, all that was just such a taboo. But it's like, what the hell, bro? I mean, it doesn't matter. If you've gone through it, it's available, and frankly, you're sharing it in a way to encourage other people and share the story so others may gain the benefit.
Well, and being able to say that you had something done, like you, right? You being able to say, "Hey, I had this done." Yeah. It also makes you even more confident. That you don't want to hide who you are, hiding who you are and hiding what you've done. These are these are not confident feelings. But when you're able to put it out there, I can honestly say, I was scared when I first put the video up of me having a hair transplant. And I'm a musician. I've had hit songs in the Philippines and in China. And I had a lot of my friends telling me, you should not share that you've had a hair transplant. This is not going to be good for your career. But I honestly have never had one negative thing come back on me as far as sharing that story. It's been all positive. People, what's the worst something somebody could say at a party, like, oh, you had a hair transplant, haha, your hair looks so good now.
Yeah. It looks so good now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there used to be a stigma, I think, a while ago, but ever since. And that's the great thing about social media and YouTube. The more you share, the more you feel comfortable sharing.
Yep.
Before, there was just not a way to share this, not a way to tell your story. But now you can tell your story and help other people. You're a musician, David. You're a musician.
Yes.
What kind of songs? What do you write? What do you sing about?
Pop rock, kind of in the vein of, I would say, sort of like Prince meets Richard Marx.
Whoa! All right. You just okay. Give me any song. Give me any song. A couple of lines of any song that you'd like to I know you don't have a guitar. I don't have any back.
I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. Only one time when I see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. There you
Purple rain. Purple rain. Man.
There's a couple lines.
That's awesome. That's awesome, bro.
Thank you.
That's awesome. And man, this guy's crazy. Steve, really impressed with this man. Really impressed with the just, what do you call that? Artistry? What do you call that?
It is artistry. It's a combination of 50% science, 50% art. You need to have a clinic that's using the latest state-of-the-art technology. Of course, McGrath Medical does.
Yeah.
And then Dr. McGrath has hands that are upwards of the top elite in the world. And by the way, I promote other doctors as well. I'll help other people around the country before the pandemic outside the country. I mean, I sent David to about 4 or 5 other doctors to talk to before he came back to me 2 months later.
Okay. Okay.
I said, go research.
Go do your
because
research.
I'm not a sales guy. I don't do that. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm someone that educates after what I went through emotionally. So my story in itself is unique. But when I see a young, good-looking, talented musician that is literally, by the way, like a rock star in the Philippines, all the girls tell me that, then I know who I want to partner with. And that has been an amazing experience and partnership throughout the last 8 years. And that's why I wanted to bring David here to Houston to talk to your listeners.
He when he walked in, he kind of sort of has, he's like 33%. What's his name? Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
And then 33%, there was a guy, 90210, the old school guy, Luke Perry.
Wow. Oh, man.
Right? 30% him.
We're going to be friends forever. You mentioned my hairline, and I can honestly say I like my hairline better now after having even then before I started losing hair. I never even liked my hairline when I was growing up, like in high school, before my hair started falling out.
That's
and now it just frames my face in such a great way that it's, I way prefer it. I wish I had this hairline in high school,
Okay, a couple of tough questions for you guys. So I've heard about this, and I also heard about plastic surgery, that when you get this, you sort of fall in love with the results, and you want it again and again and again. How do you deal with that? Like you just walked in. I feel like I want to kind of get some more on my crown and some more at the top. Like nothing is ever enough. Just like money, right? Money never is enough. I want more. Do you want another one? Do you want more done?
I'm pretty happy with it. I guess I see this as like a long-term thing for myself. So I'm not like, I don't feel like greedy. Like I need to have this now. Like I'm like, this looks like great now. If I could snap my fingers and make my hair look even better or have more hair, of course, why not?
Yeah, why not?
But it doesn't like frustrate me. It's more like, okay, like I look great now. Let's ride this out. And like, if I feel like,
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. What was your thought? You were about to say something.
Well, if you remember, when you walked in the door and we met, first thing I did was said, oh my God, what the heck are you doing here? Right? And like yourself, who I think you look fantastic without your last procedure.
But you see, I was like my front. You thought it looked great, but I know I looked at myself and it was thinning, and I was like, man, I need to fix it.
No, you're a perfectionist, no question about it. And once I got to talk to you, I understood that. But I do everything I can do to turn away 85% of the business that walks through my door.
I agree with what he's saying. When I walked in, you said you don't need it. 100%. Said I don't need it, and I'm saying, what kind of business development manager is turning down business?
Yeah,
you come to me for advertisement. Like my radio show sustains on marketing promotions. You come to me for promotions. I'm not going to tell you don't need it. I'll find a way to promote you. I'll find a way to promote you in a small campaign, in a big campaign, here, there. Find a crack, find a crevice where I can, put you in and penetrate into our market. But I appreciate that you're honest about how you feel, and you tell your patients, look, you don't need it, or come back later, or this is what we can do for you. And so you're honest and you're upfront and you're transparent. That's Steve at Dr. McGrath's office. And while we talk, would you just mind giving us your, maybe, when people hear the show and they want to reach out to you online, how do they find you? Because everything for him and for me, the reason why you're in the radio right now, in a way that I want to thank you. I wanna thank you for the confidence that I've sort of regrown, within me over the last couple of years. That was kind of, going down, and you made me feel comfortable. The results are fantastic, just like you said. Just like you said. So people like me want to reach out to you, have hair issues, thinning issues, confidence issues. You wake up and you take a shower, and then you realize every single day that, man, your hair is just, when they want to reach out to you, how do they reach out to you?
Well, first off, thanks for the kind words and the vote of confidence, by the way. And I'm happy to help anyone and, of course, treat them exactly the way I treated you, the way I treated David. To answer your question specifically, Hair Loss Hope is our primary driver of business right now. And that's just because there's so much education out there. David and I have spent 8 years putting together educational videos, not sales videos. McGrath Medical.
So the idea is to educate people about what this is, because, when I talk to my friends, there are a lot of friends that I meet, and I said, hey, you should think about this. I've had it done. 80% of them, 8 out of 10 people, really don't, even though there's so much information out there. Even though you open up TVs and there's a bunch of clinics promoting on national TV, there's so much information, right? It's been this procedure has been around for 20 years now?
1975.
Wow. So 80% still don't know exactly what this is. Where do you get the follicles from? What is FUE? What is the strip?
Does the hair really grow?
Your own hair, you're from here, follicles from here, you put in here, they don't know.
Yeah.
So I think it's great that you're educating this, and there are millions and millions of people, especially I know the Indian community. The Indian community, we just, I don't know, hair loss is just, 1 out of 10 has this great hair that just lasts forever. 1 out of 10.
And thank you for bringing that up. You reminded me of a point. So we have a patient later today. He's an Indian patient. He walked into through the same 2 doors that you walked into. He sat down and looked at me. He has an amazing story. His name is Avinash.
Avinash.
He can be Google. He can be YouTube through McGrath Medical, but also Hair Loss Hope. And David did a video on him when he first started using the medication that we put him on.
Oh, first you put him on the medication.
Right. 6 months.
That is great. This little pill.
Yep.
It's got 3 things in one. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Now, the other doctors I've had, everybody said, 1 milligram finasteride. Nobody ever told me there's a way you can put finasteride, you can put biotin, and then there's something else.
Minoxidil.
Minoxidil. That you put the foam. You don't need any of that. It's all in one. It's a great magic pill. You told me about it. Dr. McGrath told me about it.
And that is our number one tool for us to get our patients to prepare for the procedure. By the way, Avinash is listening to our show right now.
Avinash.
Oh, what's up, Avinash?
That's awesome. I'm glad, Avinash, that you took the journey and you took the step in getting. A lot of people just don't, they think about it. It worries me. It bothers me. I'm frustrated. Man, it's just, that's one thing about my look that I wish I could change. But most people just don't do anything about it because it's not common. If you get a flu shots, everybody knows about flu shots. COVID shots, yes, people know about COVID shots. So tell me more about your channel and Hair Loss Hope.
Hair Loss Hope.
Yep. So we did a video together. The first one that really took off and became extremely viral was actually a video called 10 Reasons Do Not Get a Hair Transplant. And it was just breaking down a lot of mostly the missteps that people take on the way towards getting a hair transplant. And so that was the first one. And I think it has it's definitely over 1 million views. It's 1.5 million or something like that. We just did it on Steve's front porch, actually, at his house. And
really?
Yeah, that was the first kind of really viral video we did about hair transplants.
Same call. What do I do? How do I access these gentlemen?
So, Hair Loss Hope is my YouTube channel. So first we started on my own YouTube channel. That's where the first videos went really viral, which is David DiMuzio. That was the Do Not Get a Hair Transplant. I've got 365,000 subscribers, something like that on that. Yeah.
Whoa. Yes. David DiMuzio. Is that Italian?
Italian, yes. So we started there, and then we just about a year or two ago started Hair Loss Hope, just a new YouTube channel, just so we could really be all about hair loss and helping people.
And here in Houston, for the listeners in Houston, we have a partner who's awesome, has been the top non-surgical hair restoration center in Houston for years, TM Hair. TM Hair.
TM Hair.
TM Hair. Tom Magliaro Hair. So it's TM Hair. And I have a representative here in Houston. We're going to be going there afterwards today to actually do Avinash's second video.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
So when the listeners to your show want to know about this, they can contact TM Hair in Houston, and then they can kind of take the fast track because they can gather the information. And I always have my hands involved in that as well.
So the idea is it's just not, you don't recommend surgery to everyone.
No,
absolutely not.
Right? I mean, there's just a lot of different options. The idea is that whatever you feel comfortable with, there are a lot of different options. Whatever you feel comfortable with, you go to H&M, you can get a t-shirt, V-neck t-shirt, or you can get a shirt, or you can get a jacket. Anything will make you look good. You just, you go in there, you get something your size that fits you. It's going to make you look good. There are a lot of different options, a lot of different choices. Similarly, you got some choices here too.
No question about it. And the videos that they will watch. And by the way,
Hair Loss Hope is your start with. I think anybody just got to call. How do I find these guys? What's going on? And a lot of people are thinking about, Sunil and David and Steve are talking about this procedure that they just had. Wonderful. Thank you. But it sounds, procedure sounds like some cuts and this and that, some blood. And well, listen, there are a lot of different options. Starting with just this pill, which is a doctor prescribed pill. You can't just go to the pharmacy and just pick it up, finasteride. No, you need to go to doctor, you need to go to Steve, Dr. McGrath is going to write, or one doctor is going to write your prescription and put you up on his prescription. And I tell you, in 6 months, you will see sprouting, like sprouting of hair. And obviously that's the first step, and there's another step. And then if you really want, just like David and I, we're just so happy with our, over the last 15 or 18 years, I've had 3 procedures, and I've been very happy with each one of them, but most with the one that you helped me with.
That's music to my ears.
Okay, last question. Anything new in the last 25, 30 years, this procedure? Well, first it was strip, and now you got the FUE, sort of your new technology. Is there anything new in the horizon that might be coming up, that might be out there, both of you, that is exciting for people that are currently going through hair loss? Anything new that is...
The newest thing today is really the advancements of FUE. Now, we're able to do that because these doctors that I consider elite doctors have been really honing their skills over the past 10 years. But to make this a 30-second summary, there's really nothing new that's going to grow hair. What you need to do as a listener out there, if you have hair loss, is understand you need to call or you need to get on that medication as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because today is the first day of the most amount of hair you're going to have for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
We really can't grow back hair.
And then once a follicle is dead, it's dying. I think most people are really thinking about, wow, all this sounds great. And how do I reach you guys? And I think really simplest thing is Hair Loss Hope.
I think that's a great way to start.
And McGrathMedical.com as well is the direct website for Dr. McGrath. So you can also get in touch with Steve Cook through McGrathMedical.com.
Yes. Yeah, McGrathMedical.com.
Okay, so that's another question. Just had somebody call me. What is this? You were with a doctor. Tell me about this doctor. How do I get a hold of you? How do I get a hold of the doctor? Where's the doctor at? So would you just...
So the surgery is done in Austin, Texas, and we do have special incentives for patients that come in from Houston, very special incentives. Dr. McGrath, McGrathMedical.com. There's also McGrath Medical YouTube channel as well, which kind of parlays and partners with Hair Loss Hope.
So yeah, Google. I mean, you just Google drmcgrath.com. He's amazing.
Yeah.
And he's the one that did your last procedure?
Yeah, very pleased.
Yeah, fantastic, Steve. I'm just enamored by the song. Is there any, to sign off, can I get another Prince song, bro? Another Prince song. I'm a big fan of Prince.
Oh, really? Okay.
Big.
What's your favorite Prince song?
Kiss.
I knew you guys were going to love each other. I knew you guys were going to like each other.
And you.
Yeah, let's do maybe a little...
Something a little bit more.
Guess I should have known by the way I parked your car sideways that it wouldn't last. You're the kind of person who believes in making out once, love them and leave them fast. I guess I must be dumb. Had a pocket full of horses, Trojans, some of them used. but it was Saturday night. I guess that makes it all right. You said, what have I got to lose? Honey, I said, little red Corvette. Ooh, 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 baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette. Ooh, ooh, need to find a love that's gonna last. All right.
Man.
The question is, did that sound great? But did it sound greater with the hair?
Yeah, it sounded better with the hair. Definitely.
It sounded better. It looks better. Congratulations to you. I like the earrings, the hoops that you got.
Thank you.
You decide to get one and then the other and the third.
You know, I actually got these earrings. I haven't taken them out since I was 18. When I was 18 years old, I decided, you know what? At that time, especially, it was even more taboo because this is now, gosh, almost 20 years ago. And I said, I'm going to get these put in because I'd never want a real job. And this was going to help keep me from anyone ever hiring me to do a real job. And I've never had a real job in my life.
I've always wanted to get, one on either side hoop and just never really, maybe I will now.
I like the earring you've got there. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that there is the earring hanging off there? That's a part of your part of your earphones.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it looks cool. Okay.
But I will get one now.
You should.
I've always wanted to get one.
It would suit your look, like overall. Like you look like you should wear earrings.
I
can see the George Michael cross.
It's just my age now. I was just thinking about, at my age now,
you look like you're 25 years old.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Bro.
You need to forget how old you actually are because you definitely don't look that way.
Man. God is great. But everybody is gonna, everybody, sad thing is, well, it's not so sad really, but it's just like, the fact that I love my life. I love where I am at my age. But the fact is that, age catches up with everyone. And eventually I'm just gonna go back, where I came from. But I'm enjoying my ride. I'm enjoying this journey. And you've been a part of this journey of mine. In the way I feel. I look at my hair every day. And I want to thank you, Steve.
You're very welcome. And it's been my pleasure to meet you as well.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
And it's been so fun sharing chai with y'all. And would love to see you guys again.